Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. My name is Marty and I am the mouthpiece for the Mystic Hawk Collective. I hope everybody can hear me. So I'm out in the woods again at work in a beautiful spot. I've got the sage going, not only to clear the space, but to keep the mosquitoes off of me. It is the time of year, so this is not only good for repelling spirits, it repels mosquitoes as well. Wonderful. So yes, welcome. I am going to be doing readings. I do still do personal readings. However, keep in mind I won't be pulling from the tarot. I use what I'm going to be using today is medicine cards and the crystal, this wonderful crystal deck. It has all the different minerals and crystals in it and lots of advice on the back of the card. I really love these. I'm sticking with everything Mother Nature right now. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but I'll briefly explain to you that I have been instructed by my guides, because just for me, I'm not, whatever anybody else does is what they do, but for me, I've been instructed by my guides not to use the tarot cards at this current time, because the symbols in the tarot, especially the ones like the Rider-Waite and all the very traditional ones, they're highly charged right now, and usually tarot cards are neutral, but right now they're being particularly charged. So let's say by less positive forces. The dark side, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They're just being charged up, so be aware of that. There's certain symbols in each and every card that are actually certain people, okay? I can't say it. I can't on YouTube. Just be careful. But I didn't want to completely quit doing the readings. That would defeat the purpose. Yes, I needed a bit of a break. I needed a bit of time to readjust and retool. But I figured out a way outside of the box to still bring readings to you guys. So I'm so glad to be back and be talking to you. And of course, you'll still get the channeled information, which is pretty much what you got from reading the cards. I just went along with the pictures I saw, and then it came off the top of my head. I want to introduce you to one of the wonderful little crystals that I found on my dig. This is a nice little Isis crystal, Isis spirit crystal. The spirit crystals, I don't know if you can see the little baby crystal. See those little bumps? Might be too close. See if I can get it to focus. Doing my best. Anyway, and also this is not just an Isis spirit crystal, but if you can see the little inclusion on the inside, that's what I call a Patronus crystal. It's not quite a phantom, but I really feel like this is a spirit protector crystal, and I'm going to get a pendant made out of it and wear it, or make a pendant myself. So I'm going to turn this into a pendant, and unfortunately I haven't been able to go back to Hot Springs and to dig some more crystals, because first my truck broke down and then we went into a shutdown the minute my truck got back on the road. That was frustrating because I was so looking forward. Excuse my coughing, it's the sage. Anyway, I was so looking forward to getting more crystals, but I will very soon. And some of the crystals and the power jewelry that I'm going to be making is going to be for sale. So yay! Okay. Let's see, anything else I want to talk about? Just a really quick recap about how to deal with your future self. I'm going to say, people, if you can develop a relationship with your future self, believe me, you can save your own ass so many times coming up, because the energies that we're coming into now, you really have to intuitively navigate them. And if you have a connection to your future self who has already been there, done that kind of stuff, as we say, well, can you imagine if you could tell your past self, hey, don't do that, or hey, you should go buy that lottery ticket with those numbers today instead of blowing it off? Probably nothing like that. It's just a big overblown example. But if you could do something, you may not be able to change your past, but actually you can, but we won't go that deep right now. But anyway, let's just say that your future self can influence you and be able to give you messages. But the problem is that it's not that your future isn't talking to you, is that you've got to learn to listen to how your future self talks to you by first being the future, okay? Being in the present moment and becoming your own future self. So go back and talk to your past. So I talked about that a lot more in depth in another video. I'll go into it more if you would like for me to, but basically you go back about a year to all the turning point moments, or even further back if you want, and just start talking to yourself. Okay, you may not have listened to yourself. Don't get frustrated. Don't judge. Don't hate on yourself. Now, the first thing you really have to do that I didn't cover in the last video is to reach out to your highest potential future self. And a lot of you may want to say the one with the big house and the big car. Oh no, that's not your happiest self. I'm talking about your happiest self, the one that is well-being. That might be for a few of you, and that's good. That's all good. But really, those things, the material abundance, actually would come a lot easier if that's something you choose to have. Once you get to that place, will flow to you so much easier if you're in a place of being well balanced, very centered, in your 0 point energy, in your space of being able to listen to your future self. Because remember, your future self is also asking for its higher future, and eventually you make it all the way to your higher self. So that's how, through this chain to these future selves, you can actually have a direct connection to your higher self. A lot of people say it's that way. Well, yes, it is, but I also see it's easier for some people to do it through time, if you're so inclined to do that, and you work through your own timeline. You change your own timeline by having conversations with your future self that gives you nudges to do this or that. And trust me, I had an incident just not too long ago. Hey, you need to look into something. You need to try something. And come to find out, oh yes, that didn't work. I wouldn't have gotten to participate in something I really wanted to do had I not listened and followed through with the instructions. Oh, that didn't work. I have to talk to people, have to find another way around, another solution. And I'm so very glad. There's many, many times where I did listen to my future self. Now, before I won't go too much longer into this, but what I do want to tell you guys, once you practice it for a month, it doesn't have to be that far out. Once you keep talking to your past self, you'll start hearing your future for a week ahead, a month ahead, however far. So you'll start getting little nudges. So just play with it, give it a try. So okay, that's that. I know I ran through that real fast. You may have to go back and listen to it, skip ahead, whatever you need to do if you don't want to hear about it, but that is one of the keys that you're going to need. Remember, I told you, I'm not just going to be reading cards for people, for just reading cards anymore. I'm going to try to give you some really important life skills, how to navigate through these coming times. So there you go, a little bit on the future self there. And now, on to your reading. Hello, my fellow Libras and Libra risings. How are you guys doing? Ha! I'm here. I feel the storm coming in. Oh, yeah, I get kind of wild when there's storms. I love it. That's me, though. I don't know if you guys enjoy the storm. Now, what I'm doing with these nature spirit readings, my little different kind of reading, and it'll probably be the ones that I'll do for a while. The first thing I do is observe nature. I'm sitting outside where I work, beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful piece of land, and I just observe insects and birds and critters and the wind, whatever's going on that brings my attention as I'm meditating before the reading. So one thing that happened is that I had this mosquito. Yeah, this mosquito, I kept telling it to go away. I said, I saged at it, I smudged, I picked up, I said, okay, mosquito, I'm going to give you a warning. So I picked up a little leaf of sage and I chased it off of me like 3 or 4, 5, 6 times. It wouldn't give up and it wouldn't leave me alone. It wouldn't give up and it wouldn't leave me alone. So finally it landed on my arm and I smashed it. Dead mosquito, no more mosquitoes. Now what are mosquitoes? What do they represent other than an aggravating nuisance that can carry disease? Well, they're bloodsuckers. vampires, the takers, just the blood-sucking energy, and it's not just people. We're not just judging the people. How about all that time you spending watching Netflix lately, or YouTube even, right? Um, Time wasters, bloodsuckers, even things you do, your habits and your things going on within you that cause you to leak your vital energy. It's about leaking vital energy, and mosquito's not going to hurt you, really. I mean, it can't take enough blood for it to even matter. Even if you're anemic, this a mosquito's still one mosquito. But see, the thing is about mosquitoes, where there's one, there are many. So be aware of mosquitoes and the mosquito types in your life. Also, you got the kind that buzz in your ear, the a little annoying buzzies in your ear. It could be ascension symptoms that you're having, hearing the tones left and right ear, hearing beam, 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 getting yourself readjusted. That's what they do to balance our left and right brains, if you ever notice why they're in different ears. They're helping to balance us out. I don't know why I was led to say that, but I am. But again, perhaps other people are buzzing in your ear. Be aware of who you're listening to, talking to on the phone, what kind of information is coming to you, and also that it could be something to pull from your energy. And if you feel like you have enough to give, I mean, I've known some people that let the mosquitoes eat. And I can't do that. I haven't gotten to that high enough level yet. So I just kill them. That's me. And who else kills mosquitoes, by the way? Frogs. Frogs are our best friend when we got a mosquito problem. Yeah, why? Because they eat mosquitoes and mosquito larvae. Nope, not just flies, but mosquitoes too. Speaking of, there's another one. And I got it just right there, then and there. You saw me get it. I'm fast. Yep, I am. Just like the frog. Boop. Got it. So, I'm having to hurry because I feel the storm coming in. And my camera and my seat are a little too far apart, so if I lean forward it makes me cough. So it just happens, that's the way I am. Nothing wrong with me. Just by the way, frog, there it is, little ribbit, says it's bringing the rain. Sure is. It's going to be here in about an hour, so I'm trying to rush. I don't know if I can get everybody's reading in being in this setting. I was hoping I would. Tears cleanse feeling and refill your well-being. So I don't know, Libra risings, if you had the occasion in the last little while, this is the past, this is your past self that your present self talks to, that your future self talks to the present. I tell you, I do everything with a reason. So we have the frog here. And that's cleansing. It does bring cleansing rains. It eats mosquitoes. And I do think it's talking about an emotional clearing. There's been a lot of emotional clearing probably for Libra risings out there right now, getting things back in balance. And sometimes to get things back in balance, you have to go through that clearing process. I know I have myself on several occasions in the last few weeks. And I'm not one to cry, but boy, have I lately. And it's been okay. I let myself do it because I got to get rid of this cushion. All right, there. I keep slipping. Because that helps you to take you to another level, like I said, of well-being, and I knew that. So it wasn't comfortable, but we did it, right? And it worked. It was okay. The next card is Wolf, the teacher. Teacher, teach me. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Perhaps you're having a teacher appear to you, or you're the teacher appearing in your life. But what I found out mostly, personally, is it kind of goes back and forth, that student-teacher relationship. It's not always somebody up there trying to teach you and tell you what to do. Oh, who's here? Hold on. Okay, Libra, I'm back. Sorry I missed you. I had to go check on something real quick. It's all good. Okay, right back to the reading. So where was I? Oh yeah, the wolf. Teacher, will you teach me? Alright, so this is like a student-teacher, but it also, kind of goes back and forth. We learn from each other as well. That's kind of a recap of what I think I was saying before I had to pause. Well, that's what I love about these cameras. You can edit. It says, find new paths and options. Break through. Be a role model. And share your inner knowing. Well, dang. So teacher, it's time. Libra risings. It's time to get out and show the world what you're made of. So show them what you know. Be a role model. Help other people out. Help find new paths and new options in your own life. Just like I found a new path, a new option when my higher self said, no more reading tarot cards for a while. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Well, figure it out. Think outside the box. Now, I could have done this sooner, but I wasn't ready and the time wasn't right. See, if time wasn't right to do this, again, it would have been kind of cold being outside doing readings. For one, but I don't have to do these outside. I can do them inside. And some of you may get inside readings, and I'm very sorry, but I'm losing my light, and the storm's coming. So let's boogie on, Libra. Next card we have is the Weasel. Oh, do we have a weasel out there somewhere? Well, that's kind. Be the detective. Find out if you got a weasel in your life. You might be the one that needs to go snooping in and out them drawers, looking around, looking through those computers. Honor what you find. The truth is out there. It's also being the detective in your own life, not just talking about being a snoop. But there may be a weasel around in your future, so it's also a kind of a beware situation. Beware of the weasels. Ooh, I know what that means for me, but I won't go into that in personals. That's personal, and I won't talk about it public, but I know. I see you. Anyway, so you need to be the detective and ferret stuff out, because weasels and ferrets are in the same family, so it's about ferreting things out, getting that information, digging it up, and they're very clever, very cleverly pulling out this information, perhaps, that's how you find new paths. You find these new paths and new directions by being a detective. Now, how this works in past, present, and future stuff, you have the frog, you went through that cleansing, the emotional cleansing. They came and ate the mosquitoes for you, right? And then, here we go. We have what emerged from that situation, from that emotional cleansing, is to be a leader, to be a teacher, to share your inner knowledge. So that cleanse the path and pave the way. And now through that, you're your own inner detective, on the inside detective. But it's also talking about, if you're feeling, I'm trying to mind my words and talk all nice. Sometimes I just really want to say stuff. Okay, so if you're feeling like a creeper is around, you know what I'm saying, stalker creeper, then you might want to listen to that. But it's also being the detective and finding some things out. You may also need to be detective, find out what's going on with your bills, find out what's that extra charge about, what's some other things going on. But it's definitely, you're going to have to do a little bit of digging to find a little bit more out on the situation. Now, the stone we have for you is the Shiva Lingam stone. The Shiva Lingam stone is also known as the Banalingas, or the phallus-shaped stones, right? Okay, and they're from the Narmada River in India. They represent the embodiment of the god Shiva, the destroyer of the illusion and the transformer. Wow, destroyer of the illusion and transformer. That's what we're trying to figure out, right? So it's for yoga people and people who hate yoga. So both, if you love yoga and you hate it. I'm not going to say which one I am. I don't know. I never do it much. I don't know it. So where to put it? Wherever you need to seek enlightenment, i.e. on a meditation cushion, concentrating on your breath, or possibly during a chanting. When to use it? When your ego has you feeling too small, or totally supersized. So when your ego is out of control. And one of the things I'm glad this got brought up, one of the things you need to do is sometimes it's better than, the ego isn't just about I'm better than everybody, I'm bigger than everybody. It also likes to make you really small and makes you less than a little piece of, you know what I'm saying? You're nothing, blah blah blah, that kind of talk. That's a really negative self-talk. You need to wash that out of your mouth with some soap there, Libra. Okay, moving on. When to use it? Again, when your ego is too small or totally supersized, when it seems like when you're sucking life when you're sucking life force through a swizzle stick instead of a boba straw, and when you've got baby making on your mind. Well, that's out of the picture for me, but maybe some of you Libras do have that, so look out. This is the time. We ain't got nothing better to do right now, right, Libra? So go all in on your essence. So going all in on your essence. The next stone is the jet. Big old jet airliner. What it is earthly and grounding. This true black mineralized variety of coal is an ancient fossilized driftwood. How interesting. Who needs it? Empaths and witchy types. We don't know any of those, do we, Libra? No. Empaths or witchy types. Okay, where to put it? To clear a physical space or your body of uninvited vibes. Uninvited. So if you feeling like there's some kind of uninvited vibe or some kind of, weasel like, you can use this jet stuff. Swipe jet over the affected area and tell these toxic energy, spirits, and tensions to peace out, man. Go on with yourself. Go on with your bad self. When to use it? When asking for guidance from elsewhere. Think seance, guided meditation, hardcore tarot session. Well, I can't do that, but a pretty hardcore nature spirit reading session. Yes, and channeling, by the way. Jet can take the edge off of high vibe stones like moldavite, serpentine, and is a wise old friend to bring your as your one plus wherever your triggers. I don't understand this writing on this card sometimes, and it's help you to deal with your triggers. It's talking about claiming your space. I could really use some of this to claim your space. It's so what you need it for is to clear physical space or your body of uninvited vibes. Swipe the jet over affected areas and tell the toxic energy, spirits, and tensions to peace out. I need me some of this. Oh yes, we do need some jet. We all do. I know, Libras. I know y'all need it. Y'all know y'all need it. Oh, okay. We are losing our light, so Libra might be the last one. I know you can barely see me because I can barely see the camera. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Thank you very much. If you want a reading, it's in the information down below. Hey, have a wonderful, fun detecting and space clearing time for the month of May 2020, Libra, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye now. Woo!